If you can't teach kids empathy, compassion, and self-awareness, maybe you can't teach them anything. Welcome to Hack Learning. I'm your host, Mark Barnes, and we are uncut today and out of our normal time slot. We typically release episodes on Monday evenings, and this is a Thursday. But I'm doing this Hack Learning Uncut sort of rant because of something that happened on a social channel, and it led to that opening statement, which may seem kind of harsh. If you can't teach kids about empathy and self-awareness and compassion, maybe you can't teach them anything, and maybe you should reevaluate what you're doing. I know that sounds kind of harsh, and at Hack Learning, which is what I do and what we do at Times 10 Publications, we're all about helping teachers be better. And that's what I want to do, so I want to make sure that you understand the message here, because you're a loyal listener if you're getting this episode, and I appreciate it. And you know what we do is try to help educators be better for kids and to make teachers and school leaders the best that they can be. So this rant comes after a social media post, and this is a video that I created and shared through the Hack Learning Facebook page. And in this video, I shared a story about a teacher saying "shut up" in class. And, not in a funny way, like, oh, shut up after something a kid says that might be funny or alarming or something or surprising. But it was more of, I'm angry at you for interrupting me. And the teacher shouted, "shut up." Are we human? Have I done that? Yes, absolutely. Do we make knee-jerk reactions to kids or have knee-jerk reactions, or do we snap at kids sometimes? We do, but the goal of this video was to explain how we should be aware of it and we should stop doing it. And there are some strategies we can use from a variety of Hack Learning books and other places that can make us better, can help us be more aware of our own behavior, and then we can model that for kids and make them better. So in this video, I talked about using a strategy where we take a pause, and instead of shouting "shut up" at a kid or something else hurtful, that we tell the kids how we feel. Basically, we say, when you interrupt me, it's upsetting because I have something to share, and I'm trying to help you and the rest of the class. And that if we took this approach, it could go a long way to making kids better. Would it work every time? Maybe not. But if we had a system where we did this kind of thing often, eventually it will take, for sure. So in this post, which was viewed over 40,000 times as of this recording and had over 100 comments, a lot of people said, yeah, this is right. This is what we need to do. We need to take a compassionate approach with kids. But so many people reacted the opposite way, and it got me to this place where I'm ranting about it. And where I'm saying something like, if you can't teach and model compassion and empathy and behavior awareness, then maybe you can't teach anything. And I think this is something we have to think about. When I go on a Facebook post where this video is, and people say, this has to be taught at home, parents need to do a better job raising their kids, I don't have time to teach this to kids because I have curriculum I have to teach. A lot of people's reaction to the video I posted, which I didn't talk that much about me, I just jumped into a short video and gave this strategy. Some reactions were, well, you're obviously not a teacher, because I'm suggesting that we listen to kids, that we share our feelings with them and explain to them how their behavior impacts us and the rest of the class. We're modeling empathy. And when I do that, the reaction is, well, you must not be a teacher. Because I'm against saying shut up, because I'm against snapping at kids, because I don't just say, well, it's the teacher's, it's the parent's job to raise the kid. It's not my job. It is your job. It's our job. It's everyone's job. If you're a classroom teacher, you see students every day, 5 days a week, in some cases for multiple hours. Add up all that time and think of how much time in 1 year you see those kids. And people said, yeah, but I've got 30 kids. I've got 40 kids. I can't do this with all of them. Well, again, then what can you do? If you can't teach 30 kids about compassion and empathy, how can you teach them algebra? How can you teach them science, reading and writing? I mean, why isn't it the same? Well, I can't teach them this. Then you can't teach them anything. Of course you can teach them empathy and compassion, but you have to have it yourself first. And I know that sounds harsh, but let me tell you, I didn't always have it. When I started, and for years into my teaching career, I was a my way or the highway guy. You've heard me say that before on this podcast. And I said, shut up. I did. But you know what? I learned and I evolved, and I learned that kids come from different backgrounds and they're not all being raised right. And kids have anxiety. And I suggested this, and someone on this Facebook post said, because I said kids have issues. We need to be aware of the issues they have outside of curriculum and academics. And someone said, yeah, everybody has issues, and we've had them for years, and we've dealt with them. We just dealt with them. That's the attitude. I mean, what have we learned if we just say, well, a kid who has anxiety or depression, or any child for that matter who has issues, well, we had those when we were kids and we just dealt with them. I mean, get out of the one-room schoolhouse if that's your attitude. Get out of all schoolhouses. We've got to be better. We've got to understand that kids have needs, and we've got to understand that if we want to be more efficient with academics, we need disruption and poor behavior choices and conflict in our spaces to end. And the best way to do that is to create a system that teaches kids compassion, empathy, and self-awareness. You can't just want them to be accountable for their actions, because it doesn't just happen. You have to teach them how. A lot of this comes from multiple Hack Learning books. We have so much on compassion and classroom management and teacher leadership and school discipline. And I hope you'll check all of that out at hacklearningbooks.com or over at our new library page, times10library.com. There's so much there for you. We've got to be better. And again, if we can't teach kids these important soft skills, can we really teach them anything? I think we can. We just have to try harder. You've been listening to the Hack Learning Podcast. I'm Mark Barnes. For more episodes, please visit us at hacklearningpodcast.com.